Hey everybody, this is Doug Kenny from Stories from Motorsports International, and today I have Bernard Jourdain with us today. Hey man, how you doing?
I'm pretty good. What about you guys?
Doing pretty good. The channel's going very good, and how's retirement turning out for you?
It's super great. I moved into Montana, Kalispell, Montana 3 years ago. It's the best place I've been ever in my life. So I have not much to do here, but take care of the lawn and the weeds and everything.
Awesome, great to hear. So tell my followers a bit of what you're known for.
Well, it's kind of weird because everybody asks me about my accent because I was born in Belgium. I moved to Mexico when I was 10 months old, and I lived for 35 years in Mexico City. Then I moved to San Diego, and it's when I started racing in the United States and a little bit all over the world. And I was lucky enough to make it to the Indy 500 and Daytona 24 and Sebring and those important famous races. So I'm super happy that I was lucky to get there.
That's great to hear, man. So what made you move from Belgium to Mexico?
Well, yeah, as I said, I was 10 months, 10 months old, so it wasn't my choice, My parents were involved into a steel business between Belgium and Mexico. And so my dad moved into Mexico and got involved into, the steel business. And then he put a construction company, and that's where we grew up, and we started racing down there.
Pretty cool. So you got into racing because of your family or just the business?
Because my oldest brother, I have my brother Michelle Sr., which is the one that started racing in 67, I think, something like that, if I remember. And when you're a kid and all that, one of the dreams is to be a race car driver. So he was doing well. I bought my BW Bug, 1965, something like that. And I started racing with it and all that. My first race was in 1969 in Mexico City at the racetrack where Formula One is still today. And I finished third. So, we always say when you are racing and all that, the worst thing that it can happen to you is to win. Because then you are stuck into, you think you can do it forever.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So is it the road course track in Mexico you're talking about?
Yeah, it's the one where the Formula One Grand Prix is today.
Yep, I know which one you're talking about. NASCAR had some Xfinity races there years ago.
Exactly. Yep.
It's a pretty cool track.
It's lovely. They did some changes from the old days, because at the end of the straight in the old days, you used to have like a sweep completely, a U-turn and all that, and there was the street. If you made a mistake, you went up in the street. So that's where they cut it now. It's like maybe 400, maybe 200 yards shorter, and they have like a chicane and all that. And so it's still the same racetrack, but it had, they made some changes to make it safer.
Great to hear. So how'd you get your champ car ride?
Well, it was kind of one of those things that I never, I dream on making it, but I never thought I was going to get it. We had the champ car races in 81 and 82 with Jose Garza, maybe you remember.
Yeah.
And then, it went by Andretti, Rick Mears, Gordon Johncock, all those, Johnny Rutherford, Pancho Carter, all those guys were there, and Tom Sneva, which we met there. And I was like, gee, man, I would love to race, these cars and all that. And yeah, you can make it. It was at the beginning, the split that it was between CART and Indianapolis, the first time, the split, I would say. Mm-hmm. And so, we talk about it and all that. My brother Michelle did the Mexico race in an old car with an old Sonite, like one of those and all that. Anyways, and things happened and all that. I moved to the United States in 86, and I started doing Super Race. And I did Super Wheels, then I did some Atlantic races, and then we got the Porsche 962, where we did Daytona, Sebring, those races, which was the most amazing car ever I drove. Most difficult, but most amazing. And I was training because I knew at that point that I was going to make it to the Indy 500. And so I needed to drive fast cars and difficult cars because to make it easy for me in the future. And I was lucky enough, that I had a father-in-law that was wealthy enough and all that said, you want to do it for real? Let's do Indy. And
that's really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, after that, I must ask, now that you mentioned Jose Lagarza, what was your reaction to his amazing run at Indianapolis that year in '81?
Pretty funny because Jose never raced in Mexico. So we knew not much about him. We went to my brother Michelle again, asked me to go to Phoenix when he was doing Super Bs. And he was doing Super Bs with Unser Jr. in the same team and all that. Alonso won the race, I remember. And then when he bought most of the cars from Penske, a PC7 to PC9s, I think, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And where at those times, not many people had those ability or financially be able to buy cars like that, So he bought it, and, in Mexico, he became the biggest hero ever because he led the race, for maybe 5-10 laps or something like that, maybe more, maybe 20.
I think it was 13 if I read right.
Okay, so 13, which is pretty amazing. And, he lost the crash and, hit the wall and whatever. And we all in Mexico, we were so dumb, like, oh my God, he could have won it. He was so close, had the right car. And well, it didn't happen. And then we had many, many other ones, after that.
Definitely. It was a very amazing run. And I think he finished second that year in a race to Johnny Rutherford. So there was no disputing his talent.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.